be something delicious in all that slop. Put out the air fresheners, place a clothespin on your nose. Let's dig into the cream of the crop. Celluloid trash. It stinks, but we must watch. Celluloid trash. It stinks, but we must watch.
Howdy, gang. Hey, Tom. Hey, the poet. Thank you for saying that, Tom. I like that. You say still great and weird thumbnails, because I try to make them, unique. And if people see them as weird, that doesn't bother me. In fact, it seems like a compliment to me. It means I'm doing something that people are taking notice of. And hopefully the content within that is advertised by these thumbnails is just as unique and gets people talking as the thumbnails do. So thank you very much. So here in a second, we're going to be talking about the video Dead from 1987, directed by Robert Scott, and Attack of the Beast Creatures from 1985, directed by Michael Stanley. The video Dead I rewatched last night. Attack of the Beast Creatures, that was a first time watch for me. So you're going to hear my thoughts on it as well as my rewatching of the video Dead. And I do actually have a visual copy for the video Dead. This is a Screen Factory double feature with TerraVision and the video Dead. So here in a second, we're going to be talking about that, but I want to get some housekeeping stuff out of the way. First, I've got a Pick Your Poison taste test up for a limited edition Gatorade flavor, Stranger Things themed, upside down citrus cooler. So if you haven't checked that out, be sure to check that out. There's a We Watch Movies with me and Steve. It's our first one of the new year. So if you haven't listened to that one, be sure to check that out. I have another My Path to Becoming a Positive Renegade, Chapter 3, Forgiveness is Key. If you're interested in checking that one out. We've got an upcoming Misery watch along on the 17th of January. I had meant to have it earlier and was not feeling too good. So hence we're going to have it on the 17th. Tomorrow night, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, will be the first episode of Horror Mania, where I'm going to try to cover every horror movie ever made. Even the ones that I can't get my hands on, I will at least discuss them. Okay. So believe it or not, you can watch some of these from the 1800s, late 1800s on YouTube. And I've put links in the description for the video for those of you that want to check out some of those before I do the Horror Mania episode number 1, covering horror films from 1896 to 1899. That's coming up tomorrow night, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern. Wednesday night will be a rescheduled Insomnia Cure from 1982 to 1983. Thursday will be a rescheduled. They're all messed up. I'll be talking about Mary, Mary, Bloody Mary, and Strip Nude for Your Killer. And we've got some more, polls up for some upcoming watch-alongs. I've got an Evil Dead Chicks Slasher Fest for New Year's Evil up. There's a Don't Open Till Christmas watch-along up. Evil Dead Chicks Top 10 Christmas Horror. the all-new Seductive Poison debut, and lots more stuff on the channel, and also coming up soon. Yes, it was incredibly sad about Rob Reiner. I was just completely crushed. I actually probably should do like some kind of dedication, a tribute to Rob Reiner here soon. Hey, kids. Um, I feel like Rob Reiner's Misery was a masterpiece as well. I mean, I love all of his movies that I've seen. But Tom, you say Kitso is amazing. Well, that's fantastic. I'm always glad to have new people in here, that are hopefully enjoying the stuff that I'm putting out. So now, without further ado, let's go ahead and get to the movies. Now, the first one I want to talk about, of course, is The Video Dead, directed by Robert Scott. It came out in 1987. Um, Oh, well, I appreciate that, kids. I'm glad that Tom is sharing my channel with people as well. So I definitely appreciate it. Um, so um, this was a rewatch for me. I hadn't seen The Video Dead in a while. Maybe not since I watched this double feature when I got it in many moons ago. And so I thought, well, if I'm going to talk about this, I better watch it again. So I rewatched it last night. And The Video Dead basically tells the story of a television that is apparently mistakenly delivered to this man, Mr. Jordan. Um, and he says, well, I didn't order this TV, but the delivery man insists. And so he takes it in there, he into his house, he unpacks it, he, you know, turns it on, and it doesn't appear that anything is broadcasting on it. And he finally reaches one channel where there's a horror movie apparently on with zombies on it. And apparently these zombies, if you leave the TV on long enough, they will come out of the TV and they will kill you. So Mr. Jordan's like, he's not interested in this crap, basically, the zombie movie. So he turns off the TV and eventually he goes to sleep. And the TV turns itself back on. He turns it off a couple of times and it keeps coming back on with the same damn zombie movie on. And so he finally just unplugs it, goes back to bed. And that's when it comes on while he's asleep, and the zombies escape. They kill Mr. Jordan. The delivery men come back the next day, and they realize that they delivered the TV to the wrong place. And they're going to try to retrieve it from Mr. Jordan. They realize that the door is open, so they kind of open a little bit, and there's Mr. Jordan sitting there with like a birthday hat on his head, and he's dead. Apparently, these zombies don't do the eating of the whole body because they will leave, almost a whole person behind. Oh, thank you, Tom. Tom says Dana has incredible movie knowledge. Well, it depends on the day with me, too. Tom. If you catch me on a good day, okay. So Mr. Jordan, they take his body out and they clean up the house, and the house gets bought by another family. And apparently the mother and father are out of the country, and the daughter arrives to get things fixed up for when the parents come. Her brother shows up, and the TV is still in the house. and it causes havoc. And you've got zombies eating the neighbors and killing the neighbors, twisting their necks and killing them, and all different kinds of horrendous things. They killed the neighbor girl after her parents are killed. Yeah, a lot of people get killed in this. I don't want to tell you who or all the people that get killed, but I think I like the way the zombies look in this. They're kind of unique. Sometimes they look kind of corny, but for the most part, I think they look pretty creepy, especially when they're being shown on the television and they come right up to the screen and they're doing like this. They look rather creepy. Kids, you said the zombies did look good. Yeah, that was one thing that was surprising to me because I know this is a low budget movie. But the zombies, they really did good work on those zombies. Um, and I enjoyed going back and watching this again. It was almost like going back in my past a little bit, when the times were simpler and I didn't worry about things and stuff like that. And it really, if a horror movie can do that, it made me happy to be rewatching it again. And, I also didn't think it was that bad of a film either. Something else that I noticed is that usually you you will have some characters that you don't really care for, but most of the main characters I cared for. Some of them not the best acting in the world, but it wasn't just horrendous. And I cared about the characters. So if some of the main characters were killed off, I'm like, oh, I wasn't expecting that. I didn't remember that, and it made me feel sort of sad. Um, there is a dog that is killed in the film as well, but you don't actually see the zombies doing anything to the dog. And apparently, they must have just made the dog sleepy because you could clearly see the dog wasn't hurt or anything. It was laying on its side. If you look closely, you could see it breathing. So, even though the subject matter indicated that the zombies killed the dog, um, you could still really tell that the dog was okay. You've never seen this, Tom? Yes, kids, it did make uh, make you care for the characters. At least the main characters in this. Um, they just felt like regular people, like people that would be in your neighborhood or people that could be in your family or whatever. And I won't describe the very ending scene, but it is rather creepy. And kids would probably agree with me on that as well. But I don't want to give away the ending, but I will give a rating to the video dead because honestly, folks, I really enjoyed going back and watching this one again, rewatching it. And so I'm going to give it 5 deadites out of 5. Even though it's on my Celluloid Trash show, I like a fair amount of these Celluloid Trash movies. And again, these movies are taken from volume 1 and 2 of Awful Awesome. If you want to pick those up on Amazon, Amazon may still have those books. All right, so moving on to the second film, which I don't have a physical copy of it, but I do have a poster there for Attack of the Beast Creatures from 1985, directed by Michael Stanley. Yeah, so many movies, so little time. That's exactly right, Tom. So this concerns a group of people in the 1920s. It's supposed to be the 1920s, and they make a good show of dressing like they're 1920s people. You haven't watched this one in forever, kids? Well, I had never seen it before yesterday, and I watched it for the first time yesterday. And apparently, this group of people, it's kind of like a Titanic situation. Their cruise ship, or whatever you want to call it, capsizes, and there are a few survivors that are left. One man, older man, who's rather grouchy and doesn't really act like he cares about anybody but himself. Um, and they end up on an island, and they think everything's going to be okay, that they can basically stay on this island until somebody rescues them. Did you say you had the movie poster on your wall in your old office? Yeah, I mean, there's some pretty cool posters for this movie. Um, so they're on the island a little bit. One guy is injured really bad. And they don't think he's going to make it, but they try to make him as comfortable as they can. The others go around looking for water and food. One man finds what appears to be a normal pool of water, and it turns out it's like acid, and it literally eats the skin right off his bones. But that isn't the only problem. You have these creatures, the beast creatures, that are running around here that look like little bitty pint-sized natives. Actually, what I thought they looked like is a poor man's Trilogy of Terror Zuni fetish doll. If you've seen Trilogy of Terror, the last story, Amelia has her being attacked repeatedly by a Zuni fetish doll that's supposed to be a Zuni warrior. And I thought that these little creatures running all over this island looked a lot like the Zuni fetish doll from Trilogy of Terror. Tom, you say it looks a bit like The Most Dangerous Game. Kids is having a watch along for that movie. Oh, that's pretty cool. The poster and the concept are a bit like that movie. So basically, they get attacked several times by these beast creatures. Um, I thought the effects were good. I thought these creatures were unique. I mean, I know I said they were like a poor man's Zuni fetish doll from Trilogy of Terror, but that doesn't mean that they were any less interesting to watch in the movie. Um, and although the acting wasn't star grade acting, like the video did, it was still an interesting movie to watch, and I was glad that I watched it. I don't want to give away all the, the surprises, like who all gets killed off and all that, and who survives. In case you have never seen this before, like I hadn't until yesterday, and you want to give it a watch. But enjoyable movie. The poet, you say, who would win, the beast creatures or critters? You know, that might be a difficult one, but I would almost be willing to bet the critters would probably overtake these guys eventually. But that's my opinion. Um, but I enjoyed Attack of the Beast creatures. Neither one of these movies was very long. I think this one was about an hour and 20 minutes long, Attack of the Beast creatures. And the Video Dead was average at about an hour and 30 minutes. Kids, you say, for me, I have a special place for beast creatures. Hey, Dark. Um, Tom, you said when it would be made in a parallel universe. Um, but I'm going to go ahead and oh, mages from your channel. Okay, cool. Like we've got, more than one new person in here. Hey, I appreciate all of you new guys and gals coming in here. It really, I'm not trying to be sappy, but it warms my heart to see some new people in here, and I hope that you guys and gals are enjoying the stuff that I'm talking about on here, and continue to enjoy the stuff I'm talking about on here. Um, and I just realized I forgot. I knew I was forgetting something, but I don't think you guys and gals noticed that I hadn't changed my font on here. Kid, she said, no problem. Tom dropped your channel on my live stream, so I needed to come support. You do a great job. I appreciate that, kids, a lot, more than you would ever know. So I'm going to go ahead and give a rating for Attack of the Beast Creatures. Although I didn't like it quite as much as the video did, I'm still going to give it 4 deadites out of 5. It was good to watch, enjoyable to watch, fun to watch. But let's see, I'll take that off there. But, you know, as I always say, I don't intend a lot of these types of shows to, or videos and streams to be that long. You know, about 20 minutes or so is usually what I, you know, call a good stream for these. But I want to thank, I'm going to thank several people tonight. I want to thank Tom and the Poet and Kits and Dark Mage. And hopefully I didn't forget anybody else that may have popped in here. I want to thank you guys and gals for being in here and hanging out with me in the chat. Also, for those of you that either didn't feel comfortable getting in the chat or you're on a device where you are unable to chat, thank you for coming in and watching to see what I was talking about tonight. And for those of you that couldn't make it to the live stream and you watch this on the replay, I thank you as well. And as always, I'm off like a dirty shirt. This shirt ain't dirty, but I'm off like one. And I want to remind everybody, as I always do before I get off of here for the night, to be kind to one another and blaze that trail. Have a fantastic rest of your Monday night, folks. I'm taking a little mini vacation from work, not from my live streams, hopefully, but from work for tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday. So hopefully I can get some rest, recharge my batteries, do some good live streams, and maybe create some more designs for my shop. And if you new folks are interested in checking out my Deadites on Deck horror shop, I will put the link to it, deaditesondeck.com. If you want to check out the t-shirts and the blended teas, the candles, the Booga Booga Bears, the Pyro plushies, and so much more that I've got on, on the site. Be sure to check that out. And my Lucio Fulci videos are amazing. Well, thank you, Tom. Tom is one of my greatest supporters, I'll tell you. With all that being said, I'm going to get out of here for tonight. But thank you, folks, once again for joining me for this episode of Celluloid Trash. Be sure to tune in for the first episode of Horror Mania, starting tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Tom does love my thumbnails. I appreciate that too. Y'all have a good night, and I'll see everybody next time.